This is gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be so good.
Are you sure they're ready for
What?
Okay, superhero.
Wait, how do I turn this on?
Ow. Oh. Hi everyone, we are the FaceDuo and welcome back to our next episode. My name is Brandyn Dunn and I'm a facial plastic surgeon here in Orange County, California, and
I'm Prem Tripathi. I'm a facial plastic surgeon in the Bay Area, and we are the FaceDuo. We talk about everything facial aesthetics. Today's gonna be a good one. What are we doing?
there's a lot of devices we got to talk about, so let's get going.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we have a ton of things here, and let's just say, suffice it to say, we don't know about every single device on the market, what the data is behind them, because a lot of these are trade secrets protected by the device companies. We don't really know all the clinical studies that each device does, but we do know the science behind the devices and what it is that they're trying to push, whether they work or not. So let's get into it.
Okay.
So let's start with LED. Okay, LED. LED is all the rage right now. I'm gonna have you.
What? Wait, is that clean?
It's not clean. Okay, you don't have to put it in your mouth. Just put it close to your mouth. So what are your thoughts on LEDs?
Can I put it in my mouth?
You can if you want, that's gross. But yeah, go ahead. I mean, LED, I'll tell you, there is good data for LED. And the idea is that
I'm regretting
lights...
this.
You're what?
I regret this.
Light at a certain... This is bright, by the way. But light at a particular wavelength, so red light, has been shown to do lots of different things, including wound healing, collagen production, improving fine lines and wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, light at... I can't even handle you right now. Light at different wavelengths.
This is serious. This is science.
Like blue has been shown to kill bacteria that cause acne. So obviously, device makers have thought to themselves, how do we sell this to the public, right? What are your thoughts on LED, and do you recommend it to patients, or what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think overall, LED is kind of a nice complementary treatment. I don't think it necessarily does any groundbreaking, improvements or enhancements.
Sure.
So I would say, post-surgical, that's something I always consider.
That's that guy, the bad boy in your mouth?
I'd say maybe when I'm playing football.
Okay.
Yep, I use this one if I forgot my mouth guard at home.
You don't play football.
But yeah, so I would say, post-surgical treatments, I think that it's helped to decrease a little bit of inflammation.
Sure.
I think that it helps to kind of give a little bit of, some reinforcement to the overall surgical healing process. But
okay.
Honestly, I personally don't recommend it that much. Do you?
I don't recommend it a ton. I think you really have to go back to the basics, right? If you're good at using sunscreen, retinoids, vitamin C, etc., and then you come in for periodic treatments, you're gonna have a nice result for your skin. And I think you don't have to do a red light therapy. If you want to sort of feel like you're doing something at home, I think you can, and it's likely gonna be beneficial. But the kicker to me is that you have to be so consistent. You can't go weeks and weeks without using a red light therapy device. There's a difference between the red light devices that you can get at home, like these guys, versus something that we get in the office. There are full face masks. I do like the OmniLux and the Current Body, which are the full face LED masks. But again, you really have to use those consistently to see a benefit. So I don't routinely recommend them. If you want to feel like you're doing something at home, knock yourself out.
You're not gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah. Okay, here's one that I do really like. I have two of them for you.
Oh.
There is...
my lucky day.
Yeah, this is a micro stamping device. So it's not a micro needling device where you're rolling it.
Okay.
It's a stamper. And then we have a similar micro stamping device. This is
nice.
one where you fill it with a serum. You also stamp it into the skin.
I like that one.
Yeah, and the serum kind of gets into the skin. So what are your thoughts on micro stamping?
I think microstamping is great.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of its sister or partner is basically microneedling, which is what we do in the office. This is a safer version with the right company. It's definitely it can be a safer version.
Yeah.
I mean, they tend to go a little bit less deep, and they do introduce, micro amounts of injury to the skin and the dermis and ultimately stimulates collagen.
Oh, I agree, but there's some caveats.
Okay.
There's always caveats with me. Are there always caveats?
There's always something. It's not just caveats.
There really is. So these devices, they're great, but an important thing is the sterility, right? Oh. If you're using this thing and then just doing like what he's doing, just dropping it on the ground, you can't you don't want to put that bad boy back on your skin.
Your turn.
Yeah. You know, some of the devices, like this one, each head is disposable, so they want you to throw it away.
Nice.
It's also a consumable for the company. They want you to buy more, but it's sterile, right? So you're safe. So that's step one, part one. The second part that I think is important for people to know is how deep you're getting into the skin. So your stratum corneum, which is that dead layer of skin sort of on top that acts really as a barrier also, it's variable thickness depending on your face or on your body. And these devices tend to only go about 0.5 millimeter in depth. So while you are getting some injury to the top layer, you're not getting injury into the dermis or the deeper layers. Right. So there is, in my opinion, a limited benefit. But I do think it's probably the closest and safest treatment that you can get between skincare and an in-office treatment. I mean, if I were to think about it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yes for microstamping.
Yeah, I guess we'll do it.
All right. Let me actually get the specifics on that so we can talk about it. Okay. I don't know how to turn it on.
I'm not sure I want you to know how to turn that on because I'm kind of scared by this device.
Why?
I've done one of those ab tightening devices.
Yeah.
And I did like 3 of them and it felt like I did like 1,000 crunches.
How do I turn this on?
Is that what's going to happen on my face?
So this is the ZIIP Halo. I'm going to read to you what their claims are.
Okay.
Let's have you lube it up. No, you lube your face.
Oh.
Lube it up and lube your forehead up.
Oh, whoa. It's a lot.
Let's just do it. Okay.
Wait, this is not going to look very good.
That's okay. Let's do it for you.
Should I do my full face?
Full face. So this is the ZIIP Halo, okay? And so this is a device where it lifts your skin.
Definitely.
Works to lift, tone, and brighten your complexion. I don't know how you lift your complexion.
Well, I can brighten my complexion.
And it harnesses...
I think this lubricant brightens my complexion.
It does. It does. It harnesses the unique combination of microcurrent and nanocurrent wavelengths to give you immediate and long-term results. So why don't you rub that across your forehead, like in this kind of movement here, while I talk about microcurrent. So look, here's the thing. There is not a lot of data about microcurrent and face, and let me tell you, conceptually, my apologies to the ZIIP people. So microcurrent conceptually just never made sense to me. And the reason that things sort of fall down on the face and kind of fall down and forward is, one is gravity. The second is loss of volume in particular parts of the face.
Definitely.
The other is that these areas are getting hung up on ligaments that tether these parts of the face. So that's why your jowls don't fall like into your lip, right? There's things kind of holding things down.
Boundaries,
yeah. And so when we as surgeons lift these areas, we don't just pull on them. We release all the tension on them. So that's key, tension. We release tension before we resuspend. And so the idea that you're strengthening muscles, it just didn't really make sense to me. Muscles. What do you
I would agree. I mean, I think in other areas of the body, I think it makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
You're strengthening your abs to support your back. You're strengthening your triceps to support, your biceps and all of the. I actually don't know if that works. Yeah. Speaking of abs and backs and things like that, but I would say that I would agree. In the face, there's not really necessarily. It's not your facial muscles are not necessarily supporting anything. Primary thing that they do is they animate. They move. They are giving you smile, animation, emotions. They emit all of these different things. And these are really, really small muscles.
Oh, yes.
And so they're not really contributing to much of, either the lifting or the falling or the different types of things. So I would agree. So I think thickening or enhancing or, strengthening your muscles, which is what this microcurrent is doing, it's basically stimulating these muscles. And in theory, it's helping to strengthen them. Doesn't necessarily lift the face because...
Yeah, I agree. And the thing to remember too is that muscles on the body, the rest of the body, are attached from a bony end to a bony end. Muscles on the face are attached from the bone to the skin, which is why when you raise your eyebrows, your skin moves.
Wrinkles.
But also, like Brandon is saying, the face is so complicated, right? You've got fat pads, you've got ligaments, you've got an entire network structure around these muscles that contribute to the lifting and the contour of your face. It's so much more than just like tightening muscles, which is why these microcurrent devices don't make a ton of sense to me. I don't think it's necessarily harmful unless you're really tugging on your face. Okay.
You got more?
I have one more. Now, here's the thing.
Is that a toothbrush?
I know it looks like a toothbrush. Most people will say that we approve or don't approve of devices because we're scared of, like, you know, people going home and using these devices and not needing surgery. Let me tell you.
This thing, I don't think that's going to do it.
Yeah, I am not at all worried about somebody going out and purchasing these devices and thinking that they don't, like, quote, need surgery anymore. If you like this stuff and you enjoy it, by all means, like, knock yourself out. But is it going to ever replace a surgical procedure? Not anytime soon. Okay, so this is a combination. This is a this is this Solawave, which is a LED wand plus a microcurrent technology and a little bit of heat. So the idea is sort of similar. You're using LED, you're massaging your face, doing a little microcurrent. It feels kind of interesting.
I love a good facial massage.
Exactly, but do you think that do I think it's beneficial? I think it feels good, and I do think that, like, having LED directly on your face is nice.
Right. Is it bright enough? Are the bulbs?
Exactly. I think you needed a lot more lights than this to get that big benefit.
Right.
You know, it's hard to know. Would I recommend this? If you really, again, are diligent, like we've talked about with all your other skincare, you go in for in-office treatments if needed, or you maybe can't afford them or don't want to pay for them and want to do something at home, I don't think this is going to hurt. Is it going to replace a laser? Is it going to replace a facelift? Is it even going to replace, like, a radio frequency treatment? Probably not anytime soon.
Yeah.
So for me, I would not do the microcurrent stuff personally. I think LED is fine, and microstamping most definitely.
All right. That kind of sums it up. That was fun.
Yes, that was. So if you guys are interested in facial aesthetics, please like, follow, subscribe, comment. We want to make a lot more videos on facial aesthetics, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
All right. Take care, everyone.